Okay, so I hope now you have a complete clarity on how we can install the Terraform in Windows as well as the Linux-based operating systems. Okay, so now let us talk about how to configure the connection between your Terraform and the AWS account. Okay, so to create the connection between Terraform and AWS account, you need to do the authorization. Okay, so that your Terraform can authorize to log into your AWS account and then create the different resources. Right. So for this authentication, what we need the access key and the secret access key. There are two keys that is required. Okay, to configure in your environment, and with the help of that keys, you can connect to your AWS account from the Terraform. Okay, and from your, where you can get this information, you can get this information from your cloud account. You can log into your AWS cloud. Okay, and then you can go to the security credentials, and inside security credentials, you can go to the access key section. And in access key section, you can create a new key. Okay, if it is not there. So you can at a time you can create only two keys. Okay, so one key is sufficient for the connection for as of now. Okay, so you can create one key there. So once you create the key, you will get the corresponding access key and corresponding secret key. So note down that access key and secret key. Okay, and after that, we need to set environmental variables. So as I said, we have multiple ways for the AWS configuration or AWS CLI configurations. Okay, so the very first thing is which is very straightforward. Set credentials with the help of environmental variables. So these are the three environmental variables that you need to set. Okay, to create the connection between Terraform and your AWS account. AWS access key ID, AWS secret access key, and the default region. In which region by default you want to create your resources, right? So this we have learned that in AWS, we whenever we create the resources, so we have to select a particular region in which region we are going to create our resources. Right. So these are the three important variables, okay, environmental variables that we need to set. So this is if you are going to set on the Windows PowerShell. Okay, if you are directly setting it on the Windows command prompt, these are this is the command setx. So setx will permanently add these variables in your path in the environmental variables. If you don't want to set permanently, you want to only to enable for the session which on which you are working. So instead of set as, you can use only the set. You can only use the only set. It will not add the permanently in your environmental variables. Okay. And if you are in Linux, so Linux, we how we export the variables in the session, we just use the export command. Export variable name, and here we have to add your access key, secret key, and the region in which region you want to create the resources. Okay, so these two key we have to arrange from the AWS console, as I said, and this is the region you should aware about in which region I want to create my resources. So this is a very simple way to enable the connection between Terraform and an AWS account. So there is no extra configurations are needed, just the few environmental variables that you need to set. This is the pros. Now, if we talk about cons, so no secure for long-term use, key visible in environment. So why it is not secure? Because you are adding the environmental variables with your access key and secret key. So these are the confidential key, right? Anyone can reach to your cloud account with the help of these keys. So it is not a secure way if you are adding it in environment variables, because anyone can check what is your access key, what is your secret key, okay, with the help of environmental variables. Okay, so this is the first way. So let me quickly execute it and let me show you how to get this information, how to set up with the help of credentials. Okay, and then we'll go for the second option. So we have three different ways. Okay, we use for the making the connection between your Terraform and the AWS. So once this setup is in place, we need to ensure that your Terraform able to connect to your AWS account, right? So what we are doing here, we are setting up the authentication and authorization between your Terraform and then your AWS account. So once these environmental variables are in place, your Terraform should able to connect to your AWS account to create the resources. So we'll validate it. Okay, so how we are going to validate it? So this is a very simple code file, okay, that we'll use for the validation. So as of now, you don't need to worry about what exactly this code is doing, okay, because we are covering this in very detail in the next subsequent sessions, step by step with each option and option. Okay, so as of now, you just need to focus on if my connection is established or not after this configuration with the AWS account. Okay, so for that, you just need to create a small file with this content. The file name will be main.tf. Okay, in this file we are going to add this content, and then we'll run two commands, terraform init and terraform plan. And what this command does, we have already covered in the previous session, right? This is for the initialization of the Terraform, and this is for the planning. Okay, and this is just a code file. This code file is just to validate, okay, whether my connection is established with the AWS account from the Terraform or not. Okay, and this file you will understand in the next subsequent sessions. Okay, from next session onwards we are going to work in the detail about the workflows, Terraform code files, how to design the code, what are the different blocks, what is the meaning of each and every block, so you will understand this code file as well properly. So as of now, as I said, just focus on whether my connection is established from Terraform to AWS or not. So for that we are going to create this main.tf file where we'll add this content and then build this command, okay, just to ensure my connection is established. So this is one of the environmental variable you can export to increase the response time. So because when we run the Terraform init and Terraform plan, okay, it takes some time, okay, to validate some items from the metadata. Okay, so we are going to enable it. So this is just to increase the timing of this command with the time that it take to execute the init and plan command. So this is a very simple command or simple way to validation whether my connection has been established with the account or not successfully. So let me quickly show you with the execution as well. So I will show you on the Windows machine as well as on the Linux machine. There is no difference. Only thing is that how we export the environmental variables. Okay, in the Linux, when we are on the command prompt, we use a set command, or we can use a setx command for permanently adding the environmental variables. Or Linux, we do the with the help of export. Okay, so let me discard this one. So now first I will go to my AWS console. Okay, and let me tell you where is the configuration. So here, once you log into the console, you can go to click on your name and then go to the security credentials. And inside the security credentials, you have to scroll down and you have to go to the key section, account key section. Okay, so here you can see this is the access key section. Okay, so here I have one key as of now, so I'm going to create a new key. So click on create access key and click on I understand and then create access keys. So this is the access key that has been created for you. You can just copy paste. So this is the access key. I will take it in my notepad. This is my access key and this is my secret key. Okay, so after that, make sure to download the CSV file. You can download this secret access key in your local system as well, because once the key is created and you are out from this particular screen, you will not able to access your secret access key again. So either note it down properly or you have to download it in your local system so that you can refer it later anytime. Once done, you can click on done. Okay, so now here you can see one more key has been added. Okay, so now this key has been added. So this key, access keys and secret we need to add in the environmental variable, right? So let me go here and what I will do, I will quickly do it for my um, uh, Windows machine first. Okay, so let me first. Okay, so I have taken, I will take it back. Let me delete it. Okay, so now I will take these three environmental variables. Okay, and I will just change it. So I will do it with the help of set. I don't want to add it permanently in my environmental variable, so I am removing X. So this is my access key, and this is my secret key. Okay, and then I need to add my particular region in which I want to create my resources. So here I am on my okay, so because key is not specific to region, so I have to go back to the AWS. Okay, and then I will select my region here, okay, at the top. So I always use the Tokyo region, so it is AP Northeast 1, right? So let me go back here. So this is AP Northeast 1, this is good. So these are the three environmental variables I need to configure. So simple, open a command prompt and then run all three parameters. Okay, it's saying not defined. So let me run it one by one. This is the first one. Sorry, my bad. I have to set it with the help equal to, okay. So we have to give equal to. So this is equal to and this is also equal to. So this is the first set. This is the second and this is the third. So I have added this all three variables, okay, here. So now what I will do, I will quickly go and create the my testing file. Okay, so I will change it here as well. Okay, this command I will change. So now I will quickly go here, and then so this is not mandatory. Okay, so I will take the content of this file, and what I will do here, I will quickly change my particular region in my code file as well. Okay, so this is going to contact a particular region during the execution. Right, so just take this file. Don't worry about the content of this file, as I said. Okay, just take the content of this file, create one folder anywhere. So I have created one folder in Terraform validate in the D drive, and then here I will create a file main.tf, and here just copy paste the content and then close it, and make sure to remove .txt because expected file is .tf. Right, so I have created content here. So what I will do now, quickly I will run the cmd command. Okay, so this is the folder where I have created my main.tf file. So first run terraform init. Okay, let me see what is saying. Okay, so I have not added the terraform block which actually download here terraform plugin for downloading. Okay, so let me edit. So this is main.tf file. So before provider, I need to add the terraform block. Okay, so this terraform block download the corresponding plugin from the HashiCorp website for connectivity. Let me save it. So don't worry about this. Okay, what is this block and why we are adding this one? This is just, you consider as of now, we are just creating this file just for the testing purpose, whether a connection has been established or not. Okay, otherwise don't worry about the content of this file. This we are going to cover in very detail in the subsequent sessions, and you will get a complete clarity. So now I will run the terraform init. Okay, so now it is going to initialize the backend. So it will download the corresponding cloud service provider plugins. So we have specified the AWS right here. So it is going to download the AWS. So again, don't worry about all these configurations. Okay, just focus on whether the connectivity is going good or not. Okay, rest we are going to cover later. Okay, so initialization is complete. So let me run the terraform plan command. Okay, so this terraform plan command will just check whether our connectivity is good or not to the terraform. Okay, so now you can see the connectivity is successful. It can able to fetch the account ID and the corresponding ARN. Okay, so that means our connectivity is good now from Terraform to AWS. Right, so what we have done for that, simply we just add 3 environmental variables where we have taken the access key and key ID from the AWS console, and after adding the environmental variables, what we have done, we have created the simple main.tf file. Okay, and after creating this main.tf file, we just ran the Terraform init and Terraform plan to understand whether the connection has been established or not. That's a very simple and straightforward way. Okay, so now let us cover the same process in the Linux machines as well. Okay, the only difference is that in Windows we have used the set command to set the variables. In the Linux we will use the export, right? So I will take this export command, okay, and I'm going to change it here. So this will be our access key. I will replace it here. This is our access key, secret access key. I will replace it here. Okay, and the region is same, AP Northeast. So these are 3 environmental variables that we need to set in your Linux machine. Okay, so I will copy it. So this is the machine that we have created and where we have installed a Terraform. So you can run all 3 parameters here. Okay, so I have copy pasted all 3 parameters. That is, it is now implemented, or you can say the parameters are set in our environment. If you want to check any of the parameter value, you can just check with the echo as well. So this is the first one, and then this is the second one, and this is the third one. Right, you can see all 3 environmental variables values are set. So that means we are good to go for the connection. So what I will do now, I will quickly create one project folder for my Terraform. So let me give the name Terraform client. Okay, so now I will go inside the Terraform client, and here I will create the main.tf file. Okay, just to check the connectivity, just like we have done in the Windows system. Okay, so the code will be same for the testing the connectivity, the same code that we have used in the Windows. I will copy paste here in the file. Now save it. Okay, so now we have created the main.tf file. So first I will run the Terraform init command. Okay, so the Terraform init will initialize the Terraform. It will download the plugin in the local project folder that we have created with the name of Terraform client. Okay, so Terraform has been initiated. So now I will run the plan command. Okay, so this plan command is going to connect to your AWS account. And then if the connectivity is successful with the help of parameters, it will show you the output. Now you can see it is able to connect to the AWS account successfully. And this is the account ID and this is the user ARN. Okay, so this shows that our connectivity between Terraform and AWS cloud is successful in the Linux machine with the help of parameters. Okay, so what we have learned so far for the connectivity, we have learned the first method where we set the credentials with the help of environmental variables, right? And then for that we need the access key ID and secret access key, which we have collected from the AWS console. Then only need to set 3 environmental variables and then connections are good. Okay, and this is the file that we have used for testing the connection. Right. So now we'll move for the next, which is the AWS CLI configuration. So most of the time we use this option only. Okay. So because environmental variable expose your keys, right, in your environment. Anyone can echo and then look for your environmental variables. So mostly we use AWS CLI configuration. Okay. So I will explain you how to do the CLI configuration in the Linux machine and how to do it in the Windows machine. So this is the preferable way. Okay. We always or most of the time we use only this method.